Prime time. Y'all remember when?
And we're gonna be like Jordan.
You actually on beat though. You actually on beat though. That's the funny part.
And we're gonna be like Jordan in The Last Dance.
All off beat.
Hey, you just gotta be jamming, man. Forget it. Just
Don't even know what part I'm on. Like, yeah.
Must be the morning.
Yo, you actually just hit that on point.
Divine.
For y'all that don't know, I can't actually hear the music going on. So
yeah.
That's why it's so much more funnier than it should be.
Yeah, and that's why this is called beta.
Beta brand, man. There better be a beta check to go with this too.
Hey man, I try to get some more money, but y'all said no, man. Forget these niggas and tell them
that sound like charity.
Yeah,
it did. It definitely said charity.
That sound like that sound like Jackson State new like coaching staff, all charity. Well,
Hey,
they gonna pay Warren Sapp out here to be on the D line. That gotta be another.
Sapp.
Yeah, exactly.
But welcome to the Council in the Clutch episode number 80. I'm your boy Cal, and today we're joined by Q.
This is for my nigga Q.
Perfect timing on that one. And we got Sap here too.
What up, though? Hey, we don't Sap for free.
Oh, so he said he got to get paid or he not playing. That's cool. So you know who else get paid? Prime time.
So no.
Just because you can't hear that, we know we just played the horn. Prime time getting paid, from a Nike school, even though he signed with Adidas. But
we ain't gonna
talk about that.
That's a different story for a different day with different people.
Yeah, so Deion Sanders has been announced the head coach of the Jackson State football team of the SWAC conference, and basically this is to me, I would say, a big move. You got a big name that's not actually like a homegrown big name where like Joe Taylor at HU. You there for a long time, then you become a name. You got somebody who's a superstar athlete who's coming to actually coach. It's coaching experience in high school.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and
the Hall of Famer.
Yeah, some will say the best athlete ever when it comes down to sports. Two-sport athlete, primetime Deion Sanders. As you hear, he's a rapper / singer too.
Do everything.
He did everything. Jerry Curl was, he said it was dry, so
luxurious. Some may say.
Yeah, but So what's your take on Deion Primetime Sanders being the head coach of Jackson now?
That means the Southern Classic about to be lit as hell. This whenever we can get back in crowds again. That's for y'all who don't know. That's the HBCU Classic against Jackson State and Tennessee State University. So, I learned a little bit about that since being out here in Tennessee. So, yeah.
Hey, Sap, any of that stuff behind you, that ain't like top secret information. We don't got to blur it out, do we?
Oh yeah, no, I just can't touch it or not without gloves, or I might explode. So
Oh, okay, true that. Let me back up.
You just might be witness.
I ain't see nothing. But yeah, I mean, so I think him being there is definitely going to bring a lot of attention to the school, but also is going to bring a lot of hype to the program, because you got those kids who are now talking about not wanting to go to a predominantly white school, don't now want to go to HBCU. Now it's kind of a little bit easier if you can say, "Oh, I can go to Jackson State," versus
Mississippi State.
Kind of just jump. I'm sorry. No, what?
No, he was saying go into Jackson State.
I'll say, wait. Yeah, but instead of Mississippi State, because it's like, all right, it's going to be attention on this program versus, okay, I want to be a 5-star recruit and I want to go to Hampton. That's not really going to be the same.
Especially with all the reports out of Mississippi college athletes, this past cycle, how, the one running back, I think that might be Oklahoma State, but a couple people from Mississippi were making noise about the Mississippi State flag and that changed. So
those are running back for them.
Jackson State might own the state of Mississippi and, some of their neighbors for real. So that might be a good look for real when it comes to and recruiting. And you know what?
It'll be easy.
I wonder if him alone as a head coach is going to get them some new nationally televised games, or like get them some big name games to bring money into the school. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it will because his high school was getting on TV all the time, and he's not even the head coach; he's offense coordinator,
Really.
and his son was a quarterback. Yeah, so they were on TV a lot over the last few years, um, and probably because of him. I can't say solely because of him, but I would think he was a big part of them being on TV all the time over the last few years. Because his son wasn't like a top 5 prospect or anything like that. He was I think he was a 3 or 4 star recruit. I think he ended up at FAU or FIU, one of the two. He was at one of those Florida schools.
So you're saying his son gonna transfer?
I don't know, man. But he might tell him not to. He might tell him not to transfer. But yeah, Q, what's your take, man?
I ain't got nothing. No. This is awesome. I think this might be the first step, the first big step that we needed as far as pushing all of our top black athletes to start heading back to HBCUs. So with him going to Jackson State, that's going to up their program just off the strength. People are going to want to go there solely because he's there, and the top athletes are going to go there. Well, some of the top athletes will go there solely because of him, but because of his connections. That's what the big schools have that the HBCU, a lot of the HBCUs don't have, is that connection point as far as getting cats to the league, knowing people in the league that get you out, get like not interviews, but uh, come out to see you and all that type of stuff like that. So with him being there, that's gonna bring attention. They definitely gonna get them national games now for sure. ESPN, ESPN
You
three, all those type games. They gonna be there. He might mess around and get.
might get all
He,
10 of them.
he might either that or he might pop up on ESPN two or something like that. I don't know. But
ESPNU.
yeah, but no, that's gonna help out a whole lot. So like I said, those recruits are gonna go there solely because of him and his connections, which is the one thing. Well, one of the big differences of why they don't go there, HBCUs in the first place. So that's gonna be tough, and then to see how that pans out. Plus, now I think you're gonna start seeing coaches trying to go to HBCUs, especially like coaches, former athletes that are trying to get into coaching, and they might. There's not too many big names out there like Dion, but like even just smaller level people trying to get into coaching stuff, they may start going to HBCUs, which will start pulling boys back, especially if they were in the league and had those type of connections and stuff like that. So it's a good move. He should be able to pull, especially in Mississippi, pull some of them kids there. Hopefully, some of them kids from Alabama and whatever beside Mississippi.
The
Yeah,
dirty.
yeah, all that the surrounding area down there. So
Louisiana.
all that should be,
Tennessee.
yeah, it should be solid. I like it. It's a good move, and
Hey,
if he's able to bring
exactly.
all these coaches in, that's gonna be even more. Because I mean, what
What
type of
coaches you talking about though?
the potential coaches?
What coaches you talking about?
Oh, oh,
Oh, that's
oh,
in,
oh.
that's in,
Run,
that's in the
run,
notes.
run the list down because I don't have it in front of me.
No, because you said it. Nobody knows.
Oh, because people don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we ain't let the
Allegedly.
people know yet.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Sources say.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a deal in college football that just black coaches not getting a head coaching opportunity at these major schools.
Yeah, but it's not really an issue on the HBCU ranks though.
Mm-mm.
It's
Yeah,
more
now
of
HBCUs, but
the
but
Power
it could
Five
just be
conferences.
exactly. It could just be a shift of like, well, if Dion's leading the way, for like the athletes to begin to come back to HBCUs, then maybe this could be a lead for coaches if they can see success there. And some of the talk is like, man, maybe he's trying to leverage this into a new head coaching position.
Yeah.
Then this could be a new springboard, really. So that's
Hey,
it's something
Deion
to look
Sanders
at.
of Florida State, man.
Yeah, nah, it's gonna open up. It's gonna definitely open up the door for sure.
I feel like he'll hold it down for a while though. I feel like he's not going to jump at the first.
Oh no, definitely not. Because I mean, for one, we don't even know if he can coach for real.
Yeah,
So
he wasn't a head coach for. He was the offensive coordinator, so I don't know how that's going to be.
yeah,
Yeah, man. But when we're thinking about just Dion possibly helping the college kids, like some of the higher athletes come back to HBCUs, we got to keep in mind like why the idea is that we need our athletes. It would be good if our athletes come back to HBCUs because back in the day, we're talking about the 50s, in the early days
In
before
the beginning times.
before the college football and all that was on TV, Black people in this country could only go to HBCUs. So that included our athletes and all our,
Top
high
tier athletes.
performing all our athletes, top tier, all the way down to Cuban Cal.
Damn, we're at the bottom.
Dang.
That's crazy.
I'm
Shot.
just kidding.
Hey, well, no. Well, I got it here. So his alleged coaching staff, he's denied it earlier today. So I don't know who came up with these names, but
People was just bored.
for somebody to come up with these names, they got it from somewhere. So a couple of these cats gonna be on this coaching staff. Might not be everybody, but some of the people gonna be up here. But nevertheless, it says Jason Phillips is gonna be this offensive coordinator. T.O. wide receiver coach. Warren Sapp, defensive line coach. Dennis Thurman, defensive coordinator, and Mario Edwards is a defensive back coach. And then it says they will be holding over whoever T.C. Taylor and Otis Ridley were, as far as they were already on their staff.
Hold on. Why wouldn't Dion be the defensive back coach?
Because he's the head coach. I mean, he probably go. I mean, he'll work with him, but he got
I'm
somebody.
just-
If that were to be a thing, he would have somebody that he believes that can do the job.
Or why wouldn't T.O.
But
be the
most coaches-
offensive coordinator?
Because T.O. can't call plays. I don't
He's
know.
just gonna be like, look, whoever is the most talkative receiver, you're gonna get the ball. But no, the reason why I asked that and why I think that the list would be BS because most coaches who not live by, but know something about a specific position, coach that position. Like Pete coached linebackers. Like Herm Edwards was a head coach, but yeah, he was
D-back,
working on the
DBs.
DBs.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
mean,
like
he just might. I don't know, man. This is the list. People, nobody made this up out of thin air. This came from somewhere. So
I feel like it was made out of thin air, man.
hell no,
They
they would
probably
gonna do that. They would've-
T.O. as a receiver coach,
Bro.
I would pick Ocho before T.O.
If they would have did that, this list would have been way better than this. It'd have been all fucking Hall of Famers up here or something.
I don't know. I guess
think they
we
just pulled
see.
it out, man. Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, that's
Because
good,
T.O. got a contract with his podcast, so I don't know if he gonna
True
be
that.
free.
And also, we didn't even know. I mean, because it was 50-50 if he was gonna even sign, because you know how contracts be. So
Yeah. We don't know anything about
we
contracts.
got to make sure these guys' contracts are straight first, 50-50. And then, but we don't know nothing about contracts, so we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't let the money get in the way of this one.
No, it must not have been the money. Nah, but moving on from college football to NFL football. Had a lot going on this weekend in NFL, from scores to 1.5 million injuries to Cam Newton gets stopped at the 1 yard line. But start off with these scores real quick.
Why was I isolated though?
I don't know. That's literally the first thing that I thought of that I could
Is
put
this
in there.
Cam slander? Come on, man.
Of course
This is
not.
no
He's my favorite quarterback.
This is my quarterback, man.
But nah. So the Thursday night game was Browns over the Bengals. Then we had going into Sunday, Bears over the Giants. Cowboys somehow magically came back over the Falcons, whose coach needs to be fired. Green Bay over Detroit. Tennessee over Jacksonville. The Colts over the Vikings. Bills over the Dolphins. 49ers over the Jets. Rams over Eagles. Steelers over Calvin's Broncos. The Buccaneers over the Panthers. The Cardinals over the team in Washington. Chiefs over the Chargers and OT. Calvin's other team, the Ravens, over the Texans. And the Monday Night Football game, as I just alluded to, Seattle over New England. So, anything y'all want to talk about in there as far as things that happen?
I want to talk about the Cowboys game.
Okay.
Hands team. If you ever play football, hands team. They are getting killed unnecessarily for that. They should have got killed for giving up a 20-point lead. But the hands team should not have been getting killed as much as they've been getting killed. If you've ever been on the hands team or if you know anything about onside kicks, you don't rush to the ball.
No, let it come to you.
Let it go to you. It got to go 10 yards. If it don't go 10 yards,
you're standing at the 10-yard line. So
so the other team is going to come at you. They're going to rush or whatever. Most you're going to do is try to block. But you don't even want to do that because if the ball hits your leg, it becomes a live ball. So all those memes with the W on it, and then the Falcons running away from the W and the Cowboys running to it, they're funny. But if you know anything about football, that is how that play was supposed to go. Now, granted, they definitely looked like they were asleep. They weren't trying to pay attention to it. But yeah, they shouldn't have lost 20-point lead. But
Point blank.
yeah, period. So that coach needs to be
Mhm.
fired. Need to hire a black head coach. Just cause. No, but for real though, yeah, that game in particular, Cowboys fans, y'all should not be happy at all with that win. If you're an actual football fan, Atlanta is known to blow leads at this point now. That's just what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I want to play the drop.
Oh, I'm gonna do that anyway. I'm gonna do that anyway because that's how I am.
I played the. Oh, I'm gonna do that anyway because that's just how I am.
True.
Y'all couldn't hear it,
Because
but
they definitely got
yeah.
Seattle next week, so we
And
gonna
speaking
really
of
see.
Seattle, that's what I want to bring up about Russell Wilson being the number one QB in the world, according to his hopes and dreams. But no,
No,
this year
he had a
man,
stellar game.
They
His-
let him play.
Yeah,
He
his
didn't
last
run the ball.
for real, his last through 2-3 years, he had great seasons. The last 2 years they was just underdogs coming into the season, and they overplayed what they thought because every year they got rid of people. Offensive line was hurt, defense got broke down, and all that type of stuff. And each year they made the playoffs and was pretty decent. He always have a good year, but yeah, he played well. Shit, Cam played well. That was a good game. Like that's what you expect from two black quarterbacks.
yeah.
But
speaking-
yeah, it was a solid game. Definitely a solid game. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Everything else, on nothing else like overly dramatic as far as to be talking about. Oh yeah, the Raiders beat the Saints last night. Forgot about that.
And hey, the Lakers beat the Supersonics too.
Yeah, shout out Ice Cube.
Well, yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders opened up their stadium with a dub.
Against the New Orleans.
Congrats. Yeah, nah, Saints about to fall apart at the seams, man.
Hey, I just need them to beat the Bucks every time they play.
Somebody said Drew Brees trash if he can't throw to Mike Thomas every play.
I mean, and then some say that Mike Thomas is trash if he don't run slants every play.
Huh?
So I mean, hey,
Mike just gonna put his life in the line every play for Drew Brees.
yeah.
But
just like Drew Brees, grandparents put their life on the line at the war.
yeah,
but we ain't gonna talk about. We ain't gonna bring it up.
That's old stuff. We ain't gonna bring it back up.
No.
He apologized. he apologized. But speaking of Michael Thomas, there were 1.5 million injuries to superstars this past week. So we're gonna run.
Some would conspiracy theories say they got COVID.
Could be conspiracy theories. But yeah. So starting off, we're gonna roll through a little list here. They got Nick Bosa, torn ACL from the San Francisco 49ers. He probably out for the season with that. Also, Saquon Barkley, same injury, torn ACL. He is out for the season. He deleted all his posts off his Instagram and Twitter, Instagram except for a picture of Kobe. So I guess he's pushing that mama mentality. I'm gonna come back situation. Good for him. Who we got else? Christian McCaffrey out in Carolina. He got a high ankle sprain. I think I seen some say he out for a couple of weeks. Then we got Calvin's favorite quarterback, Drew Lock, from the Denver Broncos, strained AC joint. Calvin, do you know how long he's going to be out?
I think it said 3 weeks.
Okay, so
well, actually, it said a few weeks.
A few weeks. So
yeah. I assume 3 because they said a few.
Yep.
But we just sound Blake Bortles for some reason. But hey,
he's been better off bringing John Elway from the booth.
Yeah.
But also from Calvin Robinson's favorite football team, Cortland Sutton, their wide receiver, is also out, torn ACL. So I'm assuming he's done for the season.
Yep.
The fancy Jimmy Garoppolo, high ankle sprain, so he'll probably be out for a couple of weeks. Devontae Adams from Green Bay, receiver, hamstring injury. No timetable on that, but I'm sure that'll be a couple of weeks. Tavon Young, I don't know who he is. He's the DB from Baltimore. It just says knee. That's it. Malik Hooker, safety from Indianapolis. He got an Achilles tendon injury, so he is probably out for the season.
And a little bit next year, probably.
Yep, more than likely. Washington football team guard Brandon Schiffer. Yeah.
Schaefer?
Knee.
You're not listening. You can.
Yeah, knee. Byron Jones, DB from Miami. groin injury. Raheem Moister from San Fran, he sprained MCL. I think that's after he rushed for that like 900-yard touchdown run he had in the beginning of the game. Everybody's favorite quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, he has a chest injury, which I think is going to be the downfall to his stint in San Francisco. I mean, not San Francisco, so Chargers.
Unless old boy get hurt.
Yeah, because he had what's his name? He actually had a really good game. So I don't see them rushing Ty back, nor do I see them trying to throw him back. Yeah, trying to put him back in. So that could potentially be it for that stint, and we're gonna blame it on that girl. But anyway, Anthony Barr, linebacker from Minnesota, shoulder injury. I'm not about to read the rest of these people unless I know who they are because there's a whole lot.
Let's just say
Bruce Irvin, he hurt knee.
I didn't know he was still in the league.
Yeah, me neither. Will Fuller, hamstring, and a whole bunch of other folk. So yeah, a lot of big names got injured this week. Some may say it's because of a short preseason
or no preseason.
No preseason. What y'all take on these injuries that we've seen this past week, and do y'all think this is a trend that's going to continue for the rest of the season?
Well, according to you, it's only 2 more weeks left in the season anyway.
Yeah.
COVID. But no, I don't think it's a trend because honestly, if people blaming it on no preseason, most preseason injuries are like soft tissue injuries, not really like torn ACLs and all that stuff like that. Those are that's like freak accident type stuff, like to tear your ACL, to tear your Achilles, and sprain AC joint that can happen at any point. But usually with the lack of preparation and things like that, it's usually like hip flexors and hamstrings and quads and things like that. So I wouldn't blame it on the lack of a preseason or the non-existence of a preseason. But I would say that a lot of people are getting hurt uncharacteristically during the season. I don't know if it's going to be a trend or not. Yeah, or we can conspire it up and say they really have corona. Conspire it up. Conspire.
Either
or we can conspire to the fact of.
There we go.
we can come to the conclusion conspiratorially to say that they really got COVID and this is their
this is their way of getting out of it.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me, but because it's my idea. But anyway, yeah.
I mean, when it comes like with this being the kind of coronavirus, this COVID going rampant. I mean, this is the season that if you do get hurt, you'll take this L. Just sit, rest, recover, come back when hopefully the world is not on fire, literally, and on fire with coronavirus.
This is true.
Very much so. But moving on from one sport to another, NBA. NBA season's dwindling on down slowly but surely. We got
still playing basketball?
Huh?
They're still playing basketball?
Yeah. So we got in the Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals, we got the Los Angeles Lakers playing the Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets, and an interesting series over Boston and Miami. So Los Angeles is up 2-0. Thanks to Anthony Davis's clutch 3-point shot. Mr. Can't do it in the fourth quarter himself. Came up big for us in the fourth quarter. So Los Angeles is up 2-0, and I think Miami is up 2-1. Yeah, Miami's up 2-1, and they what's this? They play. When do they play? Los Angeles. We play tonight, and they play tomorrow night. So Calvin doesn't know basketball's on, so we're not gonna worry about him. Sat, what you got on the NBA playoffs?
Oh, ball is gonna ball, man. Ball is gonna ball. Anthony Davis came up big, and it seemed like watching the Lakers play. It seemed, I don't want to say they force feeding Anthony Davis, but it's like Anthony Davis is intentionally playing harder and more and taking more shots. Yeah, it's just like, look, man, don't let them say we didn't give you the ball.
He is 100% getting forced, man. But we have no choice because Danny Green shoots 1 for 19 every night. And we're paying him $17 million.
Danny Green has the record for the most 3-point shots in the NBA Finals.
Man, he got the most misses in the conference finals.
He waits until the finals.
Yeah, man, he's just warming up, Q. He's just warming up.
But he's been warming up since the bubble. This is the bubble started.
man, he was off for 3 months, man.
God damn.
And he light skinned. You know they take extra.
Ooh, yeah.
Crazy. But no, y'all got anything on that Miami Boston series? No, SP ain't here to represent his C's, as he would say. But
He'd be like big C's. He
yeah,
probably throw some up too.
yeah, and they have a red hat on or something. But that's not the point. That's not what we're talking about right now. Y'all got anything in that series? It's been an interesting series so far. I didn't think it was gonna go like this. Miami been rolling.
Apparently,
But,
Gordon Hayward coming back is the X factor. They needed the mustache in their life.
True. That's
And
what
he said,
he
you
said.
know,
He about to miss his kid childbirth.
he's like, man, I already seen 3 of them. I'm good.
Go see this one. Y'all ain't winning.
I don't know. Miami, they've been rolling, but at some point they got to run out of steam. It would seem, but I don't know. So we'll see how this game, game 4 goes.
Hey, man, Boston in 7, Lakers in 5.
Okay.
Oh my god, that finals, yeah.
Hey, man, that's an
I
old.
want to see the LA Boston finals just because.
Just because if y'all beat them, y'all would tie them. I mean,
yeah,
100%. Nobody care about that story.
But also, but the easier matchup, in my opinion, would be against Miami
because of the size.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Miami.
You think Miami would be easier for LA?
Yeah, than Boston.
I don't know, man.
Boston is guard centric though.
Yeah, I know, but still, they can score the bucket. Miami can too, but it's just like I don't know.
They don't beat you by I was about to say they don't beat you by scoring. This is a contradiction. You know what I mean? Their game plan is to not go in and outscore you.
Yeah.
The whole game straight.
Yeah, man. We ain't gonna score. They ain't gonna score either.
Yeah, we get it. 7-4. We won.
But no, their game plan. Well, I don't know because I'm not Eric Spoelstra. But their game plan, just watching them play, is not to outscore anybody. Now, granted, they have people that are shooting at a crazy clip from the 3. They are making those shots, but that's not what got them here.
No.
What got them there was team ball and defense.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Butler's lucky shots. Because to me, I don't care what anybody says, he's still not good.
He's just not a 1.
Hey, man,
yeah,
we can't say that nobody in the NBA is not good. Like,
Sap, you know what I mean, man. I'm being dramatic.
Jared Dudley is not good.
Leave Elmer Fudd alone. Y'all wanted him on the team.
Jared Dudley is not good.
Yeah, but
he's there to be the vet. He's there to be the Wildy vet. LeBron can't do it all himself.
But no, I think Miami Heat is going to lose fire. Behind the arc eventually.
I see what you did there.
Nice, doctor. Nice.
Yeah, those that white flame will eventually burn out. And
I see what you did there again too.
Yeah. It's gonna go orange, then red.
Yeah, he's on fire. No pun intended.
Oh man, here we go.
Yeah. I don't know. What do y'all think about the fact that I was watching some of the games on Sunday night, and did y'all notice that all the major sports were on TV at the same time?
Sunday night? What was I doing Sunday night?
Baseball overlap with football, overlap with playoff basketball.
Was hockey and soccer on too? Because I know one of these days it was like
baseball was definitely on because they play every day.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, Yankees clinch the playoffs berth too. Just let y'all know.
I mean, all that money, you better. You
bought your way need to be number 1.
Wait, hold on. We spend a lot of money because if we spend a lot of money, that means we're going to be America's team, according to Roy. If your team is valued number 1, that makes you America's team.
Well, speaking of the number 1 team, they are no longer in the NBA playoffs, but their number 1 player is the MVP of this year.
Giannis Antetokounmpo
is the NBA's 2019-20-ish
20 bubble P
MVP.
The hardest working man in basketball.
Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo won the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year. He's the first person to do it since I was about to say Kareem.
Tim Duncan?
Was it Kareem? No, Michael Jordan did it in '88, and then Hakeem Olajuwon?
I forgot.
I think Hakeem Olajuwon did it too. It was somebody from the Rockets. It was Jordan, Giannis, and somebody from the Rockets.
It was Hakeem. So it had to be him.
Yeah. So he's the third person to ever win Defense Player of the Year at MVP. Some people
He
are.
said don't call him MVP until he win a championship, though.
I was never gonna call him MVP anyway. I'm just gonna play that. Yo, that's
He
young.
told Ernie that. So
So he just got the VP award then.
yeah,
He's a valuable player.
that's all.
But I think we had this conversation before. Like, what is MVP to you? Because the votes are, a lot of people say, oh well, they shouldn't do it till after the season. But the award is a regular season award. It's not a
Playoff award.
playoff. It's not a full season award, because if somebody gets hot in the playoffs, that can skew your whole scheme. Like, you can be trash all year. If Jared Dudley get off in the finals, y'all gonna try to actually. Jared Dudley get off in the playoffs, he's going to be considered MVP. But
Hey man, Jimmy would have been the MVP then for all that.
Nah,
he would have to comb his hair. Do something. Stay away from people's girls. But
yikes.
I'm sorry.
Ooh. But yeah, no MVP. I don't know. MVP, like you said, it's a season award. We know that, but I don't know. I just always feel like they be bullshitting with how they actually do it, because they always wait so long to the playoffs. I feel like they put that into consideration, even though they tell us they don't.
No, the votes are actually in before.
Man, you seen the votes?
Say,
did you see the votes in the ballot?
Just like we didn't go to the moon. I'm sorry.
Exactly. But nah, I mean, I don't personally think he should have won it, but you know.
We also have to keep in mind who is actually voting for the MVP. It's media
Writers.
mostly, and the writers. And they go with storylines, and some of them got just straight player envy. You know what I'm saying? And they said, "Oh, it just depends on like who they want to win."
Yeah, I know, but still,
because sometimes the argument is like, "Oh, well, this player had a great season, and they are the most without like you take them away, and then this team is nothing." So it's like, okay, I guess so. More than this other player will be nothing. Will make a team like just sorry. So it's just like depends on who they want to see win, and it's just I don't know. I feel like LeBron should have got it too, even though Giannis definitely is the hardest working person, and without Giannis,
but AD had better stats than LeBron.
But it's not about. But I think the argument can be made that AD has such a great year because LeBron is having such a great year.
That's correct. But
I think
you gotta. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I was just gonna say, I think off the strength of LeBron switching his game up, not completely, but just showing you like, he can lead the league almost in scoring. He can average a triple double, or he can lead the league in assists and have the best team in the league. Like, they were the best team in the league at the time.
But you have that person that also would say, well, without AD, the Lakers didn't make playoffs. So it's like it would be hard to give. So when you looked at the voting, the top three was LeBron, Harden, and Giannis. It wasn't even close. So I guess a lot of people felt like Giannis was the MVP because you have AD as a strong 2 on your team, and LeBron's not beating him in anything but I think assists as far as like statistically.
But that's like making the MVP a straight numbers game when
that's kind of what it is.
At basketball though. Yeah, and I guess that's where it loses value, right?
Yeah, because Russ got it just because he got triple doubles. They don't want to say it, but
they should let the players vote for the awards.
Nah, that's a lot of envy on that one.
Nah.
I mean, if you average a triple double, and
it's just like the player awards that they give out anyway. The players go out and they vote for everybody. LeBron's going to get the players MVP for sure.
Yeah, but the thing with that though, it's Giannis leads a lot in the advanced metrics like the PER and all that stuff
because he's the only nigga on the team.
Hey, and that's what they look at. They look at those weird stats. Okay, he won the most games and he leads in PER. He had one of the best PERs ever in the history of the NBA.
That's lazy, man. That's so lazy.
Hey, just from watching TV and watching these analysts, a lot of them go off these advanced metrics. They don't go off the basic numbers because if you go off the basic numbers, your case for LeBron is kind of thrown out the window because Anthony Davis leads the Lakers in everything but assists, which LeBron leads in.
Yeah, but it's like I
get what you're saying.
AD wouldn't have such a great year without LeBron doing what he's doing.
But without AD, LeBron didn't make the playoffs. So I mean,
either
way. Yeah. It's one of those you can't win for losing. Like when it comes to the MVP vote, just like back in the day when Steve Nash won.
I was just about to say, man. I mean, we all know Steve Nash won his, but hey, It is what it is.
No, he shouldn't win his second one.
He could have won the
I
first one
think,
either.
hey, one of them, it was like he averaged 14 points a game.
Like 14 and 10 or 16 and 10 or something like that.
Hey, but
And,
the
and,
Suns
they
was
gave it to
balling.
him, and they gave it to him over LeBron. So like that argument kind of goes.
I think it was over. I think it was over
It was
Kobe.
over Kobe, yeah.
And then the next one was over Shaq.
Yeah. But nevertheless, I mean, Giannis had a great season. I ain't hating on him for that. He had a hell of a season. I mean, they came back from last year after being the number one seed to being the number one seed again and all that stuff. It just, I don't know.
I mean, I'm hating on him because
I ain't gonna lie, I'm hating.
Hey, I don't care.
But I mean, honestly though, when you just
take
sit
that much
there,
skill to dunk on somebody.
yeah, I was just about to say that. If you break it down, if you talk about most valuable player, okay, this is the most valuable.
He is the most valuable player to his
You
team.
talk about the most talented player.
He's not the most
Giannis
talented.
not that talented. He just plays. He plays with a high motor, and he dunks on everybody.
And he's 9 feet tall, and his arms are 10 feet tall.
I mean, I think the way they fell apart in the playoffs is just indicative of kind of like the gap in, you know, like
when the game slows down.
Yeah.
They-
And you got to play basketball. It's like, you know, just trying to do a crossover and jump from the free throw line. Like, that's not going to
Doesn't
work.
work when
Chris Middleton is not it.
Mm.
That's what it boils down to. Chris Middleton is not it.
But again, I wouldn't put that even on his teammates. I put that on the coaching. Because if you know that this guy lacks the ability to shoot, you need to have a system in which when the game slows down, you don't go through Giannis. You get him the ball, but you don't go through Giannis. He should not be bringing the ball up.
It's
No,
interesting
definitely
because they got a squad. Like they got like Wes Matthews coming off the bench. They got
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Hill, Bledsoe. I mean, like
But
they got.
like I said, they don't run it. Everything goes through Giannis.
Yeah,
Like,
Giannis literally will bring the ball up. Like, why would you have a 7-foot guy bring the ball up who can't shoot?
Yeah.
All they're gonna do is trap him or throw that wall up.
They wish he was LeBron, so they gave the MVP to pseudo LeBron instead of the real.
Pseudo LeBron.
But I just want to pull a little stat out real quick. Because a lot of people were saying Giannis shouldn't have won the MVP or anything like that because he got bounced out. Again, it's a regular season award. But just wanted to bring attention to some notable people who got bounced out in the second round or before the second round after winning the MVP. We got Westbrook, who we talked about with the triple-double that season. He got knocked out 4-1 in the first round of that same season.
Triple-double didn't help then.
It did not. Dirk Nowitzki. No, Nowitzki. I'm sorry. Damn, I'm slipping on my own German.
Nowitzki and Nowitzki, he married a black woman. He's all good.
Dirk Nowitzki, first round, 2007, after he won his MVP, knocked out. Tim Duncan, 2002.
Who?
I was about to say Timothy Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, okay.
Got knocked out the playoffs.
The assistant coach, Timothy Duncan?
Yeah, the one with the dreadlocks.
The best power forward in all of basketball?
Some may say.
Oh, okay.
The big fundamental.
Yeah.
The one who took the torch from Jordan.
Mr. Backboard.
Yeah. Kiss off the glass. But he got bounced out in 2002 in the second round. And guess what was the series?
4-1.
4-1. Yep. Karl Malone, 99, second round. And some may say he's the greatest of all time. He can fly like an eagle.
Michael
Jordan, 1988, got bounced out in the second round. And guess what was that series?
4-1.
So, yeah. That logic is not really there.
Them old heads, the guys between about 33 and 44 that love Jordan, when they heard that stat, they was like, my chest.
First of all, he's wrong. Anybody listen to y'all little podcast and let me go check because I don't remember that happening. Jordan never lose a series.
He went to the playoffs 6 times. That's it.
He won every one.
That's all.
6 games. I don't know what y'all talking about. The Magic beating them. That don't count because he didn't play the whole season. But yeah, so that's like a little interesting fact though, because a lot of people are ganging up on Giannis. You can hate on the fact that he won the MVP, but don't use the fact that his team got smacked and got kicked out because it's happened before. And everybody named that I named, you know them. It's not like these are just like random MVPs like Steve Nash to just win it, and it's like, okay, well, we wouldn't expect anything less. But yeah, so
yeah.
But
Steve Nash, I'm sorry. They more like Steve Nash, great, but they kind of gave him a nod, like, oh, he's a little guy, you know, white guy. He's really a soccer player. He does NBA. They kind of
he does it on the
Crafty
side.
little guy. He's a crafty guy.
He does the NBA on the side. He really a soccer guy.
they more or less kind of gave him an MVP. Would you say that they more or less gave him a job?
A job?
Oh yeah, I said that.
Oh, did we talked about last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sab won't here. So yeah.
I'm on here, so I got to get my.
It wasn't that they gave him. I mean, they did give him the job, yeah. But
He said,
like I said last week, is we look at it and we want to be like, damn, man, gave Steve Nash a job. He ain't got no coaching experience. Plenty of black coaches out here that could do the job. And then you thinking about it, you're like, damn, but it is Steve Nash. Like, I rock with Steve Nash. I ain't got no issues with him. So it's like, damn.
Man,
But then you're like, you kind of getting pulled back and forth. But no, they 100% gave him the job, and they gave him a golden plate. They didn't send him to New York. He didn't get that old New Orleans job or something like that. Like, he got this Brooklyn
he
team.
sent him to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they sent him to a team, first of all, that made the playoffs already. So they're a playoff team without their two best players. So they're setting them up for success
in the East.
Yeah, on top of that, in the East, yes.
But so I'd even say that maybe actually the real winner is Jacques Vaughn, because apparently he just is considered the associate or assistant head coach. Yeah. He's not like the assistant coach, but he just is like the real coach, just not the figurehead coach.
He's going to still be doing everything.
Yeah,
and Steve Nash is going to be the face, basically.
He's going to be the manager.
So it's going to turn out Kylie to be good for Jock, because he's going to end up getting another head coaching job out of that. Hopefully. Especially if they play well.
Hopefully, because they didn't offer him. Because it's funny now looking back at it, because people was like, "Yo, why they didn't offer him the job before Steve Nash got hired?"
Mm-hmm.
They was like, "Why did he not get the job?" And then Steve Nash came out of nowhere and wanted him to stay on the staff.
Yeah.
Needed him to stay. He probably begged him.
Yeah.
Please. So hopefully that turned into him. He might be there for a year or two, and then he go get a head coaching job somewhere that's not named New York Knicks.
Yeah. Dollar bet.
Black men, please stay away from the New York Knicks job.
But on that note, we're going to
take LaMelo Ball. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We'll pay some bills real quick. We'll be right back.
All right, Sap, you got to do anything, or we're going back into there?
Let's let's knock this out real quick. I got something I need to do.
All right, cool.
You got some more weights to lift?
Nah.
Got some bacon to eat.
Yeah. It's on pizza.
Ooh, man, I've been trying not to eat pizza, man, because I ain't there yet.
I ain't there yet.
Gender roles. Ms. Roberts is on you.
And thank you, Anchor, for that ad. And we're back. And we got a topic that's not sports related.
Snap!
Oh, my expertise.
Things are not sports. No. So interesting question was posed. Not even the question was posed because it's been a trend of a lot of my female friends venting about guys who don't know how to do.
Hey, pause. Women friends.
A lot of my women friends. I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me right there. We erased that. A lot of my women friends have been venting about guys that don't know how to do what you would consider the most basic men things, like cut the grass, use a trimmer, change the tire, change the oil, like basic things like that. Like when they're in distress and their tire's flat, but he can't help. Like, so my question was posed to y'all, like, what do y'all take on like the generic gender roles? Do y'all think they have a place in today's society? If so, what would you consider like a man's thing to do or a woman's thing to do? Just pretty much like, what's your take on the whole gender role situation?
Anybody can do whatever they want to do. If you a lady and you want to change your tire, change your tire. If you want to cut the grass, go cut the grass. There's plenty of females that cut the grass all the time, every day.
My mama used to cut the grass.
I was about to say the people next door to us, the lady, she cuts the grass all the time. The only thing I've ever seen the guy cut the grass. So I mean, if that's what you want to do, then cut the grass. Learn how to cut the grass. All you gotta do is start it and push for the most part. But
make a 90-degree turn and come back.
That's pretty much it.
But make sure you pivot.
Yeah, but no, overall, like I said, as a man, there's certain things you just need to know how to do, like changing the tire. Because from my personal experience, I got caught up in that in high school where I had a flat and I didn't know how to change the tire, and I had to call my father to walk me through it, and it was embarrassing because there was a young lady with me. So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, then cut the grass. Learn how to cut the grass. All you got to do is start it and push for the most part. But make sure you pivot. But it was in high school, so it was more than 10 years ago. Therefore, the statute of limitations is over. So technically, it didn't happen.
Nigga said it was embarrassing
It
because I
was. It
had a
really was.
young lady with
It really was. But
It's like,
but
how do I get the car up, Dad?
But
So I just
after that situation, I went home and I learned how to change the tire, and now I'm
Oh,
good.
and then we got remember when we was at NSU and we took Keith's mom back to the bus station?
Yeah,
And you get the flat there too? That
yeah,
was kind of scary because we was on the interstate.
yeah. But I knew how to change the tire at that point, so
Yeah.
it was good. But no, so yeah, I mean, if as a man, certain like little things like that, changing the oil. I mean, if you don't know how to change the oil, that's different because that's more of a
You
tedious
know how to
task.
check the oil.
Yeah,
Check
nah,
more than the tank.
yeah. Now checking it, that's you need to know how to do that because one, that's your car, that's your engine,
Big
that's
facts.
money. So you need to know how to check it at least. Changing it, if you want to learn, from my understanding, it's not that difficult once you know how to do it, but you got to know how to do it and,
You gotta
And
know
you
what the
gotta have
screw
the
is on your
have
car.
the tools and all that stuff. But nevertheless,
And little hands
yeah.
because my hands are too fat to do it.
But nah, so yeah, certain like I said, I mean, gender roles that at this point are kind of obsolete. But in the same token, speaking from a man side of things, you certain things you just need to know how to do just out of GP for GP. Like you need, like say, you need to know how to change the tire.
for
Like,
God's property.
hmm?
For God's
GP,
property.
are you with me? General purposes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, what the hell you talking
He
about?
said,
But yeah,
I
but
ain't heard
yeah,
that one. I was like, hold on.
but nah, but yeah,
Did I hear that right?
that's
Yeah.
my that's my take on it.
Word.
Nick Sapp.
Nice take. Nice take. Yeah, man. I pretty much agree with you, Q. You know what I'm saying? Gender roles, I don't think they're obsolete, but they definitely were kind of in place for a reason. Because, at a certain point in time,
Oh no, Kyle, let him finish first. Remember, you gotta let him finish. He got to explain his way out of it, so we're good. We're good.
if you just look back at any movie or read any book or any of that stuff from back then, it's like, hey man, you know, men were kind of like pushed societally into doing certain things, and
Physical breadwinners.
women were pushed into, and then remember the same way that black people couldn't go to Alabama until 1964, well, to play sports, and probably some other things as well. Women couldn't, go to college and get jobs to pay for things. So just like men were just had to do certain things because society set it up for them to make that happen. Now that a lot of those barriers have been, kind of lifted, and we're all kind of resorted. Like some people are like, you know what, I like being able to just, not change my car tire and ask somebody else to do these things. I'll be like, and they just been passed down and passed down and passed down. So like we just got to look at and realize some things. What are the things that were given to us, and what are the things that you're choosing, to do forward and really choosing to keep. And if you value a man who can do all the gender norm things from the 1950s and before, there's a couple of them out there. You can find them. It's more than a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
sir.
hey, go for that. Just it's all in what you like, what you want. So, but if you, I'm just like, I'm not assuming, but I'm just throwing it out there. If you are like, don't like a guy because if the make or break is like, oh, he didn't change my tire, or he don't know how to, put together the toilet seat, or I don't know, if that's your make or break, hey man, that's unfortunate because now we got to just kind of reassess our priorities. So I know, at least for me in my situation, I do all the cooking because I'm a better cook.
Get out of there. Say I'm joking.
She likes to assemble and get tasks accomplished. So she was putting together the desk. I don't have the patience to do that. I don't really want to I think it's boring. All of these directions and stuff. She wants to do that. I cook. You know, some might view that as like, oh, a gender role reversal.
True.
And maybe it is. But you know what? It's just actually just my preference. And we gotta realize what our preferences are and go towards that. Now there are some double standards we could talk about that, I actually heard in conversation. Is I don't know if that'll work. But Cal, pass the ball.
I want to know what you're going to talk about. No, but for me, I think gender roles, as I guess, is a clean sweep. I think they're kind of obsolete in the sense of you must do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to do that. But I feel like, as everyone said, there are certain things that a man should be able to do. If that's something that you have to learn on your own, something that you were taught, I just feel like you need to know how to do certain things for the safety of yourself or for your loved ones, right? You need to know how to change a tire. I feel like that's just something that you need not unless you physically can't change a tire, you need to know how to change a tire. You need to know how to check the oil. That's basic. You just take the stick out, look at it. Okay, you good.
Make sure
Well,
you
you gotta
bring your
wipe the
paper
stick and
towel
all
with you.
that. Yeah, but you gotta wipe it off, paper towel, dip
Yeah,
back in there, check it.
check again. Yeah.
Yeah,
For the
but
grass, hey, grass works
and
just fine.
make sure the car is off too. Make sure you didn't run it yet. But yeah, so sap is frozen. But I feel like there's certain things too that
Oh,
you shouldn't force on someone. Like Sap was just saying, the perfect thing. Like you shouldn't make your girl cook or something like that. So for me personally, if I'm in a relationship, it's just certain things that I would not have you do. You're not cutting the grass when I'm around. You're not lifting up stuff when I'm around. You're not putting stuff together when I'm around, unless that's something you want to do. Now, I'm not going to just sit there and watch you cut the grass while I'm chilling, sitting on my ass.
Yeah, about to say feet up.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, I feel like when it comes to manual labor like that, I just feel like that's something that I would want to do. I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I don't want my girl to do anything physical that she don't have to do. Right? That's just me.
Unless she wants to do it.
Yeah, and that's just me. I'm not going to tell you no, don't do it, but I'm
Yeah.
just going to encourage you. Like, hey, I'll do that. I'll take care of that. But at the same time, I'm not saying yo go cook me something because I can cook myself.
Because
Like,
it's not the 50s.
yeah, like I can cook myself. Like this is one of those things where I feel like basic things for a woman though.
Cooking. No.
Exactly, like like in House of Pain, Ella, I'm hungry. I don't smell no food. You would usually eat by this time of day. I'm starting to know how to act right now. But no, I just feel like though when it comes to like cooking, everybody should know how to cook by a certain age.
Yeah.
That's not a gender specific thing. You should know how to cook.
Survival.
Yeah, I was about to say that is the thing. You need to know. I'm not telling you that you need to go know how to go camping.
You don't need to be a
Start
chef.
a fire. Yeah, you don't need to know how to do survivalist stuff. You just need to know how to cook something. Throw some chicken on there and saute it, or you don't know how to. You don't
I mean,
even know how
you
to.
should. But there's a lot of
Ground
fire.
beef, ground turkey,
It's-
make a little
Yeah,
Hey man,
hamburger house or something.
we can
that'll be
say that you should, but there's a lot of stuff that people just don't know how to do, men and women. So you can't. I don't
yeah.
think it's fair to knock people for not, being
I'm
able to
not
do
knocking
things
you.
that we say you should. You know,
It's all
but
opinion based. That's all.
Yeah, it's an opinion. I'm not knocking anybody that doesn't know how to cook, but I'm just at the same time I'm like, yo, why don't you know how to cook? Not judging you at all, but it's like, yo, what in your life made you decide that, hey, I don't want to?
what if somebody say my mama never taught me how to cook?
That's fine. You got YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you
Only
teach
20
us how to cook.
minutes. Hey, goodmeals.com. I mean, goodeats.com. Bam.
Yeah, Pinterest.
Yeah. But no, it's just like basic survival things that you need to know how to do. Like, that's just how I feel. But I feel like the roles are just, there are certain things that I feel like a man should do. I'm still kind of old school in that mindset. Like, yeah, it shouldn't, man. Hang a picture. Go hang the picture. Don't have her hanging the picture. Like little stuff like that. Unless she wants to interiorly design and do all those things, that's cool. But if she's struggling to hang a picture, go hang that
Yeah,
picture.
that's the point where they're
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah.
So if she a person that cuts grass, sure, go cut the grass. If you want to do that, I'm not gonna fuss with you, or whether you want to cut the grass or not. That's cool. Now, if you out there, like you guys was saying earlier, you trying to start lawnmower, you can't start it. Then you cutting the grass and the lines look all crazy and everything look rough, and you struggling, then that's a different situation. For one, you shouldn't have let her go out there like that because you already knew she couldn't do that. So it's like certain situations like that. But
I'd even expand that too. If like, even if it's not something physical that your partner is struggling with, whoever your partner is, it's like just help them out. Like that should be the care and consideration you have in your relationship. Even if he or she is struggling to cook, like don't be like, you can't cook, Like no, go in there, lend a hand.
Don't
If
cook a
both
lot.
things are happening,
yeah, just help out, teach.
yeah, you
So
just
y'all gonna be together for the rest of y'all lives.
right. So yeah, man.
Hey, if y'all not gonna be together for the rest of your life, make the next person make her good for the next person.
Exactly. Set up.
Or at least
The
make it
law.
bearable. At least make it bearable until you're ready to,
Get
know,
about
Get
get
out of here. Learn how to cook.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But y'all boys got anything else?
Nah, man. I just want to say, man, for the people out there, understand and learn contracts.
Facts. Know your contracts. And on that note, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to episode number 80 of the the first visual second attempt.
Pending if
Potentially,
everybody videos gets
potentially.
yeah.
But
internet any internet complications.
This is why it's called beta.
Yeah, so
we're gonna get the audio out to y'all.
I got 10% battery left, so we gotta wrap this up. So appreciate y'all for tuning in to episode 80. Like I always say, if y'all have anything y'all want to hear us talk about, shoot it to the council DMs. We'll try to get it into the show. If y'all want to be on the show, let us know. If we know you, it's a possibility. If we don't know you, Rory will campaign for you, but we probably will still say no, depending on whom you are. Shout out
Chrome TV.
But peace and love, and we out.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, this is Council in the Clutch on the what do I
beta.
We are on the beta, but on the True Wire Media. True Wire Media. I keep forgetting. My bad, Kyle. We gotta get you actually on the show so you can tell people what this is. This is all foreign to them. But this is Council in the Clutch on the True Wire Media Network, and we out.
Yep.